After waiting for what feels like an eternity, we finally got the first teaser trailer for the Book of Boba Fett. From the teaser alone, it looks like it's going to be action-packed with heavy influence on the underground crime world. Now, while the trailer itself was really cool, there was one thing that myself and others were trying to figure out about this trailer. Where is the Book of Boba Fett taking place? We knew that most of it would be on Tatooine, but would we venture to other locations? This whole idea came from the same shot that everyone's been talking about of this massive desert city sitting in and around a massive crater. This is a location we've never seen before, but maybe it's a location we've heard of. And I'm already going to go ahead and rule out any other planets and just say that this whole show will take place on Tatooine. I don't think there's really any real reason or cause to go anywhere else, seeing as Boba is filling in the role left by Jabba the Hutt. Tatooine was Jabba's base of operations, and now Boba is doing the same. So with that said, we are familiar with the main cities we've seen throughout the movies and The Mandalorian, consisting of Mos Eisley, Mos Espa, and Mos Pelgo. But we've also heard of other locations. In the movie A New Hope, Luke mentions the city of Anchorhead, and in the novelization of A New Hope, the capital city of Tatooine is mentioned as Bestine. Now, Bestine has been shown in a few Star Wars games before, all of which don't really have a grand scale size when compared to the cities seen in the trailer. But I figured it would make sense for the capital city of a planet to be large and full of life, and if you're going to make yourself known as the next big crime lord, you might as well start there. Now, one clue I do have that makes me think it's Tatooine and the city of Bestine really comes from the same art book that everyone has been talking about all over Twitter. There's a page in the Phantom Menace art book showing concept art for the city of Mos Espa, which shows that it was supposed to be a city built within a giant crater. And all Star Wars fans know that new shows and movies are no stranger to reusing old concept designs. And just by comparing the two photos, you could make a pretty solid assumption that we are seeing Bestine here in the Book of Boba Fett trailer. Now, along with that, the other thing I wanted to talk about is the classic "what ship is that" discussion that happens with all of these shots. Really, it happens every time. Up in the top right corner, we see a ship flying overhead, and immediately everyone thought it was Mando's Razor Crest. The only slight issue with that is that it's been blown to pieces. Now, while it's very possible for him to have gotten another one, or just someone with the same model ship, I think it's actually a completely different ship. It's still very hard to make out, but I do think that this could actually be an SS-54 assault ship. The shape is vaguely similar, and I think this would be a better choice of ship. The Wikipedia page explains that the SS-54 assault ship was very popular to mercenaries and bounty hunters, and was even able to compete against the Firespray 31 class patrol craft, which we all know to be the model of Boba Fett's ship, the Slave One. So having a ship that could go up against Boba Fett's Slave One and is one that is heavily used by mercenaries and bounty hunters, it just seems to fit with the theme of this show. Not only that, but the SS-54 assault ship was the main transport used by the main cast of characters seen in the Aftermath trilogy books, which takes place during the time of the Book of Boba Fett. This makes perfect sense when you think about it because we've already gotten a character from Aftermath on screen, that of course being Cobb Vanth in the Season 2 premiere of The Mandalorian. So if we end up with a small cameo of Jah, Snap, Nora, Sinjir, and even Mr. Bones, that would be incredible, but it is just wishful thinking. If anything, this is probably just a small Easter egg, much similar to seeing Dash Rendar's Outrider in A New Hope, and seeing a YT-1300 freighter in Revenge of the Sith. But what are your thoughts? Do you think this is Bestine, or are we going to be on a completely different planet for this scene? And what ship is flying around up above? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments below. But before you go, be sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't, and remember, the Force will be with you. Always.